Bitte nicht noch mehr Synchronisationen.
That's worth a verse or two in some skald's song. I'll remember that for all time, Eivor.
I will too, brother.
The sagas are never this good.
Enough fun and games. I should see how Oswald is doing.
Das war alles. Ja gut, okay.
Eivor, I'm about to address our
Weird.
guests, and I'd like you to be there.
It's been a worthy ceremony so far.
And have you had enough fun yet?
I'm ready to hear you address your kingdom.
Good. Come, join me. Friends, honored guests, we've pushed through hard times. It seems like
Wie
all we've
leblos sie
known
da
is
steht,
loss
finde ich irgendwie sehr
and
interessant.
suffering. But it is not conflict that binds us. It is compassion. May we always favor compassion, even when our enemies refuse its boon. So, to my Dane friends and neighbors, I give thanks for the bravery you have shown during our collective struggles. And for my fellow Christians, may we continue standing as examples of our Lord's grace. Lights in the dark. I see East Anglia's future right here, right now, in all of you, Dane and Saxon alike. To our future.
Still a bit soft on insults, but the king has courage.
And to Eivor, without whom none of this would have been possible.
Guck.
On behalf of East Anglia, let this ring be proof of our loyalty to the Raven clan and all they have done for us today.
Ich mag
Do
sie.
you have any
Ist
words
cool.
of wisdom for us?
Sky.
I'm not one to bask in the glow of another's triumph, but I'll say this. East Anglia is safe. Under his protection, under his guidance, under his wing, the good King Oswald will keep you safe for many moons to come.
To Oswald!
Skull!
Skull!
Scorn! Okay, everyone, the bridal race starts now.
Was?
Remember, you all have to lose to the bride and groom.
Hochzeitsrennen.
Can't lose to Oswald.
Wie bitte was? Okay. Sie war besser als ich. Und einer der Brüder auch.
You lost.
Das zu gewinnen ist aber, glaube ich, sehr schwierig.
It was a beautiful wedding, Oswald. Like you said it would be.
Thanks to you and everything you've done here.
Everything I've done here was for my clan. Their safety is my night's good rest. You know that feeling, I'm sure.
I do.
When we met, I spoke of an alliance. Will you hold to the oath you made?
I will. Consider East Anglia a friend of the Raven clan.
There will be a day when I come calling.
Goodbye, friend.
Until next time, Great King.
Ich bin auf diesen Tag gespannt, wann das kommt, wann ich die
I should
ganzen
find Finir. Say goodbye before I leave.
Gefallen einfordere. Hi, Finn.
Ah, greetings, Eivor.
You're missing the festivities.
I've had my fill.
It's as much yours as it is Oswald's.
I was a crumbling man, Eivor. Before all this, I thought I'd die a tired old failure. But now, my heart burns bright with newfound
Kriegen wir
fire.
wirklich dich mit?
I want to live hard,
Hätte ich
die
nicht Brody oder
fierce.
Bruder haben können?
Glory cares not for age, Finir. Sail with me. My ship could always use a wise head and a strong axe.
together.
Together.
Nee, du fährst allein.
I'll gather my things.
Var að kalla fé árdegis í gær sá úlfarnir við skógarjóðri.
Men?
Sveinunum að gæta sauða vel. Flokkurinn að verða svangur.
Okay. Die quatschen irgendwas. Oh, ich hab schon wieder Fertigkeitspunkte. Ich bin ja nur am Leveln gerade. Ne, nichts zum Aufwerten, schade. So, wo waren wir denn? War das hier? Ja, das war hier. Kritische Chance, Nahkampfwiderstand. Was war denn hier? Attentatsschaden? Jo, das nehme ich auf jeden Fall immer. Attentatsschaden mag ich. So, was ist denn jetzt meine Queste vom Fester? Wahrscheinlich hier wieder... Genau, Bericht erstatten. Ich bin gespannt. Und immer wenn ich zurückgekehrt bin ins Dorf, um einen neuen Vertrag anzufangen, war das nicht unbedingt immer so das Beste. Also da kam meistens noch ein Zwischenkampf oder so. Ah ne, ich muss gehen.
I must be on my way now. Goodbye.
Das hätte jetzt mir mehr zu sagen. Bye bye. Was haben wir hier? Wölfe. Okay, machen wir erstmal die Wölfe. Wo denn Petra? Petra. Ach, die Jägerin ist das. Das krieg ich von denen auch schon gewusst. Hi.
Petra, good day.
Guten Tag.
Ah, you're back.
Go ahead.
For the past few evenings, I've heard the howling of a pack of wolves just beyond the border of our woods. Unchecked, they will ravage the wild game in this area, and once the deer are dead, they may turn to us.
You feel we should drive them off?
I would eliminate them entirely, with your permission, of course, and your help, if possible.
A good idea. I will join you now.
Ist okay.
A pack of wolves is a foolish thing to underestimate. Let's go. This way.
Eivor, good to see you.
Prowling around just up the hill.
You lead. I'll follow.
Our settlement is in quite a
Heute
nice
noch?
spot. Beautiful terrain, and the animals here are healthy and populous.
Mein
But wolves are a worry.
Gott, Alter.
Maybe why the Ragnarsons moved on. Humans upset the balance of nature, and nature pushed back.
By attacking us.
A wolf will do whatever it takes. They were displaced.
Ich weiß auch nicht mehr,
Now
wie
they come to our
viele
door.
Pfeile ich habe, aber das wird schon. Hoffe ich. Lauf schneller.
Come this way.
Ja. Sorry, dass ich nicht hell sehen kann, du. Dann rechts rum. Und dann hier
Look
hoch.
here. Breadcrumbs and crusts. They must have stolen something from Tarbin's store, or off a table somewhere.
You saw breadcrumbs from where you stood.
They stand out clearly from the soil and grass. See there? Come, this way.
Wenn du es sagst.
Smell that? That's a male wolf,
Ja.
marking his territory, warding off the competition.
How do you know it's a male?
A different odor. You pick it up.
How did you come to be such a skilled tracker?
My family were hunters and trackers. From further east than you've ever seen, I imagine. But I've lived in England for most of my life. This is where we found Wallace.
You two are siblings, as Sigurd and I are siblings. Bound by honor, not blood.
Yes. To hear my mother tell it, we came upon Wallace abandoned, a babe in the woods. We took him in. Look, the wolves made a kill here. They're in the area.
Oh, I see.
Those trails, they must have dragged the poor beast away. We're getting closer.
Ja, da haben wir das Biest. Ohne Kopf.
Ah, see those teeth marks on the carcass? They're different.
This is the pack's doing, not just one.
That's right. Let's go on.
Wie viele Würfe kriege ich jetzt an die Backe?
So your family found Wallace in the woods.
We were traveling through the forest when I spotted a white elk ahead of us. I chased it, hoping to take it down. I lost it as I came to a clearing. And there on the ground was a wee babe, our little Wallace, swaddled and alone.
Sie sagen in der Synchro
Look at
Wallace,
that, the pattern on the grass.
aber geschrieben mit der Wealth.
I'm impressed, Petra. You have a raw skill.
You have seen nothing just yet.
Okay, chill.
So you saw a white elk, and that led you to Wallace.
That's right. It felt fated. We took him in and nursed him back to health. I was scarcely more than a toddler myself then. And from that day forward, we were raised as brother and sister. These kills are fresh. They're likely near enough to hear us. Probably fled the scene not long ago.
Oh, Schafe.
I think we found our wolves.
You there! Get to cover. Eivor, with me. Let's end this.
I'm at your side.
Okay. Oh, hallo. Au. Ah. Benehmen Sie sich, der Herr, bitte. Hör mal, auf die Fernkämpfer geht man so nicht so nah ran. Tada!
There. That should be all of them.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, both of you.
Ja, ja, sofort. Und da. Gibt's auch kein Essen, war Proviant voll, aber immerhin Leder und Wolfskrallen.
Are you all right? Were those your sheep?
They were. God take them. They were all I had in the world. Poor blighters never stood a chance. I lost my cows some months back. Now the sheep are gone. Frowny Jesus, what sort of farmer am I?
I'm sorry for your loss. With the wolves gone, you can recover in peace.
Not without the blessings of God I won't, but I shall try.
You have your life, farmer. With that alone, you can always rebuild.
Ava, hold. I hear something.
What? I don't hear any. Oh, goodness gracious me! Felix! Rosemary! My beauties! You're alive! Come here, my precious angels!
Well, that worked out.
This was grand, Eivor. You hunt almost as well as you fight.
Give me a few weeks, I'll learn to track as well as you. Or better.
I would be happy to be so humbled.
Oops.
This was a joy, Petra. Do not hesitate to call on me the next time you spot any errant beasts.
You were the first on my list, Eivor. See you soon.
Nette Quest. Nein.
Aid me.
Also dieses Aufleveln ist langsam echt lächerlich. Wirklich. Hier haben wir, glaube ich, irgendwo, gell? Gift, ne, Giftschaden brauche ich nicht. Ja, 2 Schleierangriffe. Wieso sehe ich auf der Map nichts? Weil es nicht aktiv ist. Doch kriegst du wieder einen zu viel hier. Krieg wieder einen Föhn. Zurück zu Ranvi. Und dann gucken wir mal, wo uns das jetzt hinschickt. Oder auf so einem neuen Gebiet wird es wahrscheinlich noch was geben. I don't know. Muss eigentlich, weil ich ja immer noch nicht an die eine Rüstung rankomme. Oh, ich höre jetzt schon wieder, dass da Leute sich beschweren, dass das wahrscheinlich Nebenquests sind. Ich freue mich.
Rowan, Holger, why all this shouting?
I demand that this matter be settled here and now.
Was ist hier los?
Eivor, thank Tyr.
I heard shouting. Is something wrong?
Holger robbed me, and I demand he be punished.
Rot disappointed word. Does the deer rub the stream when she takes a drink? Does a cow rub a field when he crops on sweet grass?
Eivor, this matter requires sensitive judgment. Will you?
Of course. From the beginning, please.
Well now, there is no excuse too small, I see. Nothing to keep you from coveting that seat, is there?
In Sigurd's absence, who has better claim to oversee these disputes?
You might leave them to work it out for themselves, but that would mean letting go, would it not?
Ach, Dag.
Please start again. Tell me all that has happened.
I will start. I have been falsely accused by this Saxon Philistine.
A filly what? Are you mocking me?
Silence, please. I will hear both of your complaints and render a decision, awarding compensation if needed. Understood? Rowan, tell me your version of these events.
As you are aware, Holger and I are neighbors. Near enough that I often catch him at my stables, stealing my tools.
Borrowing.
Holger, let him speak.
Stealing, borrowing. My point being, I have always allowed him to use whatever he pleased. I greatly admire your Norse generosity and had hoped to match it. But this morning, Holger stretched the limits of my grace. Entering my stables for their feed, I found my most beautiful, gentle
Okay, das ist schon kein Werkzeug
stripped
mehr.
of her tail. Bereft, not a strand in sight. I am ashamed to say my natural suspicion drew me to Holger, and how right I was. For when I peered across the lane, there he was, gripping a horsetail brush, slathered with indigo, dragging it across a sheet of
Painting, Rowan. I was painting. You make it sound so crude.
You see? Such willful arrogance. It will take ages for Ilgafur's tail to reach its former length. I demand compensation.
I understand. Thank you, Rowan. Holger, let me hear your side.
Eivor, you have known me as a skald for years. You have seen how my poems bring life and joy and wisdom to our people. And you know that my work requires a certain, let us say, freedom to make use of rare resources to compose my verses. Often when lacking the proper tools, I have made use of novel items. Alvis's walking stick, Tovi's inks, all were given gladly.
You cut off my horse's tail to make a brush, you bleed.
Rowan?
As I
Die
was
kleine Kinder,
saying,
die zwei.
this morning, in the throes of poetic reverie, I realized that my latest piece required delicate brushwork. I could have used a frayed stick, some cloth, my hands, but no. I needed something gentler, softer. To make a perfect brush, I needed the fine hairs of a well-raised horse. And so I availed myself of a local resource.
Trotzdem hätte fragen
You
können.
clipped Alfgafur's tail to the rump without asking.
It was early. I did not wish to wake you.
Thank you, Holger. I believe I understand your position.
Je nach Spawn greife ich nicht, außer dann, wenn man sie braucht. Das ist doch immer so, Katze.
I believe I have heard enough. If you will...
My horse looks like a fool, Eivor. No handsomer than a donkey now. You must do something.
Do not conflate hair with beauty, Rowan. She remains radiant. Elgifer's hair will grow back in no time.
Quiet, both of you. Now listen. Holger, Rowan is clearly in the right. You sheared the tail from his horse without gaining permission.
I borrowed the tail. Borrowed! Does the
Ist da kein
reality of
Borrowen mehr?
regrowth not make this a victimless crime?
It is a two-victim crime, Holger. Though they are unharmed, you took without asking, and that will not do. As the horse's value has diminished significantly, you will pay Rowan its market price.
But the horse was not for sale. Rowan, admit it.
My decision is final, Holger. Pay what you owe, and meet tomorrow as friends.
And if I do, may I keep the horse?
Pay the man and be done with it. Rowan, does this satisfy you?
It does. Thank you, Eivor.
Good. Then by Tyr's blessing, let this matter rest. We're done here.
Oh
Return
mein
to
Gott.
your homes in peace.
Für so einen Kindergarten, den Stress.
Pay you with a vibrant painting? After all, in some ways you helped in its
Das ist trotzdem doof. Klar ist das doof. Das kann ich verstehen. Habe ich neuen Brief? Ich sehe nicht.
Hey there! How
Alter.
are you?
Hast du mir
Looks like I
erschreckt,
have a new letter.
Hundi? Somas Brief. Oh Mensch. Brief von Soma. Eivor, heute kamst du mir in den Sinn. Ich dachte daran, wie ich mich fühlte, als ich Granta verlor. Die Wut, die Zweifel. Du hast mir dabei, meine Stadt zurückzuerobern, noch so viel mehr. Du halfst mir wieder zu erlangen, was ich in mir selbst verloren hatte. Heute sind mein Volk, meine Stadt stärker als je zuvor. Ich bin wieder ihre stolze Anführerin, Soma. Hundi. Willst dich musen? Schade. Oh. Jo, es ist mitten in der Nacht. Ich störe dich trotzdem. Wo ist denn unser Kumpel? Halt. Achso. Ach. Gekritzel von Ranvi. Es wird immer schwieriger, Eivor über den Büttenstisch hinweg anzusehen, nicht daran zu denken, was sein könnte. Ich sage mir, dass es nur an Sigurs Abwesenheit liegt, doch die Lüge löst sich mit jedem Tag weiter auf. Aha. Oh. Ein Dank von Ceolbert. Ich möchte dir, Eivor, und dem Rest der Siedlung für die Güte danken, die ihr mir gezeigt und alles, was ihr mir beigebracht habt. Auch wenn ich mich manchmal wie eine Belastung fühlte, waren die Tage mit euch allen froh und lehrreich. Ich gehe nun zwar, um die Arbeit zu verrichten, für die ich vorgesehen bin, doch weiß ich, dass ich eines Tages an diesen Ort und seinen Bewohnern zurückkehren werde und freue mich darauf. Achtet auf euch, bis wir uns wiedersehen. Ceolbert. Ranvi. Schneckchen.
Oh, hello, Eivor. Good day. Word of our growing settlement has reached outside ears, so have a look around. You may see a few new faces. That Holger, he is quite a character.
I almost envy him. To see the world through such a muddy glass and live with such petty concerns. He hasn't a care in the world.
Let's not walk too far with that idea. I need you right where you are.
East Anglia is with us. Their King Oswald has pledged his loyalty to us.
Eivor Kingmaker, we shall call you soon.
Oh.
Some interesting news. King Ceolwulf has sent Ceolbert to Shropshire. He hopes to install him as Elderman there.
Good for Ceolbert. He should do well considering all he has learned from you.
I gave him only a taste of my knowledge. The rest he will need to figure for himself. One more thing.
Ist doch immer so.
I do not know if you heard, but Sven passed away a short time ago. The poor man slipped away in his bed.
I had not heard, no.
Wer war das?
And how is Tovi? She must be gutted.
It has been rough on her. She spends quite a lot of time at his burial mound. Speak with her, if you have the time.
Sprechen wir doch mal mit Tova. Beziehungsweise mach erstmal hier wieder hell hier. Dann sehe ich ja gar nichts. Ist doch was mit den kompletten Klamotten schlafen zu gehen, ist auch so, what? Ich weiß leider nicht mehr, wer Swain war. Ich weiß auch nicht, wer Tova ist. Hundi. Ja, geht durch mich durch, alles gut. Mein Pferd. Ich weiß zwar nicht wie... Oh, doch weiter als gedacht, um ehrlich zu sein. Jo, die Quests hier für Valka müsste ich auch mal bald mal irgendwann machen. Sind das alles schon Gräber? Uff.
You are the only father I've ever had.
Wer bist
Toby.
du?
Eivor, it's Sven. He passed while I was away.
Toby, I'm sorry I wasn't there.
No one was. We had planned to brand Tekla's barrels that morning, and we talked about what we might have for supper. And when I went to collect him, he was in his bed. Sleeping, I thought. But he was already gone.
I'm sure he went in peace.
But he went with plans. Things he wanted to do, things he meant to do. His death was so empty. Not like in our stories. When we tell stories, the old and wise, they have this calm about them. They know when their end has come and they're ready. Sven wasn't ready, and I wasn't ready either. He was supposed to teach me things. I'm still learning. Everyone looks at me like I will simply carry on his work, as if nothing happened. Because they don't know. They don't know I'm not ready.
Life may ask more of us than we are prepared to give. But all we can do is our best. I was not prepared to lose my parents. But in a flash, they were taken from me. I pressed on, determined to live.
That must have been punishing. But you are so strong and so determined.
Someone else might have done better than me. Or worse. But this was the fate woven for me. So I live it.
Geht manchmal nicht anders.
I know Sven believed in you, in your craft. So do you believe in him? Do you trust him?
He was the most skilled artist I have ever known.
And he chose you. You may step up or step down, whatever you decide. But know that he had faith in you.
Thank you, Eivor.